Well, hello again, and welcome to another Hyperion morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Welcome to Sunday, midway through the weekend. Hopefully, you had a fantastic Saturday. Hopefully, you enjoyed it. Hopefully, you had a great time no matter what you did, whether you're just kind of kicked back around the house, got some rest, some relaxation, whether you went out to the parks, whether you went out and hung out with friends, family, whether you did some chores, whatever it is, hopefully it was rewarding. Hopefully it was fun. Hopefully you enjoyed your Saturday. Now we're on to Sunday. And yes, we're going to make it the best Sunday possible. And I'm here to help provide a little bit of positivity, hopefully a few smiles, and hopefully get you through so we can have, like I said, the best Sunday possible. So, how are you doing? What's going on? What's happening with you on a Sunday? Boy, there was a lot of stuff going on yesterday. And once again, I say this, it seems like it's every morning, but today was another one of those days where I was like to the last moment getting stuff ready. I may not have some of the banners I normally have because I just did not have time to put them in there. But I want to go over some of the things that were brought about yesterday because you may know this, maybe you don't, but if you've been watching us, you know that D23 Brazil is going on. And yesterday was an interesting day. I don't think there was anything super groundbreaking that came out of, or at least has come out of D23 Brazil so far, but there's been some fun stuff, anytime there's more Disney, we're happy about it. So yeah, there was some interesting stuff to kind of go over yesterday. First thing is we got a glimpse of the new Moana float that will be taking part of the Disney Starlight Parade, the parade that's going to be debuting at Magic Kingdom in next year at some point in 2025. It's going to be a nighttime parade that everybody's been asking for years now, for a return of the nighttime parades out at Walt Disney World. And this one's coming sometime in 2025. And look at that float. It's obviously concept artwork, but it looks beautiful, and very, very excited to check out that parade whenever it debuts. I think they're expecting it to be summer of 2025, but we'll see. Anyway, exciting stuff. We also got another little peek at the new Pirates themed tavern, the Pirates of the Caribbean themed tavern that will be coming to Adventureland at Magic Kingdom very, very soon. They said they promised some special surprises for those who go in and check this space out. So can't wait to see when that opens up sometime in 2025. What's that all about? We love taverns. We love Pirates of the Caribbean. Put those things together, it should be a lot of fun. Also, Josh D'Amaro, who was down there, did tease a little bit more about Villains Land, whatever they're going to end up calling it, the Villains area that's coming to Magic Kingdom, showing some of the many, of course, excellent Disney villains that are going to be the basis behind this new land, and saying basically that what he said was there's going to be some sort of spell that's been cast that's going to summon all these villains to this land. And apparently he says, this is a space where heroes may not come to save the day. And he says that there may not be happy endings or happily ever afters, I should say, going on in this space. So fun. I think so many people have been clamoring for more villains in the parks. And I know that this was one of the things that made a big splash at the D23 Expo back in August, and I think it will continue to be so as we move forward. He also brought about some discussions of the new Monsters, Inc. area that's coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World, and the new Cars area that's coming to Magic Kingdom as well. Basically saying that a lot of these areas are going to start construction next year. So yes, we're going to be starting to move forward. Obviously, it'll take a while for all these spaces to come about. And we still don't know exactly where the Monsters, Inc. space is going to be. Fingers crossed it's the animation courtyard. Hashtag let's save the Muppets. Let's keep, Muppet Vision 3D around and that space around, please. But whatever, excited. We love Monsters, Inc. As we've mentioned a few episodes ago, Michelle and I first Disney date with seeing Monsters, Inc. in the theater. So definitely am fan of Monsters, Inc. Hope Muppet Vision 3D stays around. I think the animation courtyard makes more sense, but we'll see. Still no announcement on that, which is a little concerning. I think it's a little concerning, but we'll see what happens as we move forward. The second part of the day, that was the Disney Experiences Day. There were some other things that were brought about, but those were the main points. The second part of the day was the second half of the Disney Studios, where they focused on Lucasfilm, they focused on 20th Century Fox, and also Marvel, and some interesting stuff that came out of that. They got a peek at Skeleton Crew, which debuts very shortly on December 3rd. Apparently, it's going to be a 2-episode premiere on that, so they had a little bit peek of that. Also a peek at Andor season 2, including a date when that will be released to Disney Plus. Season 2 following Cassian Andor will debut on April 22nd, 2025. That's exciting. Really enjoyed Andor season 1. Looking forward to seeing what comes about with Andor season 2. Supposedly there may be a lot of Rogue One characters that you love if you love that film taking part in this season as well. So that's exciting. Also, there was a sneak peek apparently at The Mandalorian and Grogu, of course, the film that's going to be coming up in May of 2026. They give some sneak peeks of that. Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni came on for a video talking about that. So exciting as well. Also, we received some concept artwork from the next Avatar film that's going to debut in December of next year, 2025. Of course, it's Avatar Fire and Ash. As always, the visuals of Avatar are some of the things that make it the best. And you can see with some of the concept art that this one looks like it will be no different from the last 2 films. So very excited to see what happens with that. From there, we moved to Marvel, and we received a new look at a new trailer for Captain America Brave New World, which will be in theaters on February 14th, 2025. Very exciting. More looks at that. Also, Thunderbolts. We received a new look at Thunderbolts, which was hilarious. Michelle and I watched it. We were cracking up. So funny. Thunderbolts, of course, which is a bunch of anti-heroes, some of the ones that maybe don't have the best past in the Marvel universe coming together as a team. That movie is going to debut in theaters on May 2nd of 2025, but very excited for that film as well. They also discussed that What If season 3 is coming. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, another animated series coming soon. Daredevil Born Again. Let me see, get to that one. Coming very soon. That will be hitting Disney Plus. Sorry, I have to check my notes for everything. So many notes here. On March 4th, 2025, Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio, the stars of this series, were down in Brazil to help promote it. And excited for Daredevil Born Again. Love the Daredevil series that was on Netflix originally. Hope this list will approach that. Love that they have the same people involved in it. So excited about that. And yes, I passed by this the slide here. We got a little bit more look at Fantastic Four. Looking forward to seeing that as well. That is nearly wrapping up production here. I thought I had a note on that. I don't know where my note is there. So my apologies if I'm completely lost in my notes here. But yeah, Fantastic Four coming as well. And we also received, apparently at the Toy Story 30th anniversary panel, another separate panel, they gave a little glimpse, a little concept artwork for Toy Story 5. Looked kind of interesting. It looks like there was like some sort of cargo container with a bunch of Buzz Lightyears that had crash landed on looks like a desert beach or a beach somewhere or something. I don't know what that's about, but hey, all for it. All for more Toy Story. Hey, on this day in history, several interesting things happened, especially in Disney history. I found this fascinating. In 2006, Walt Disney became the very first honoree of a star on the Anaheim Walk of Fame, and deservedly so. What would Anaheim be without Walt Disney, without Disneyland? He became the very first star, many more stars after that. But Walt Disney was the first on the Anaheim. And again, he already had a Hollywood star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, now a star on the Anaheim Walk of Fame as well. Very exciting. Speaking of the Hollywood Walk of Fame, on this day in 2010, Alan Menken, great composer, so many Disney films you love, including so many Broadway shows that you love. He received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So very excited for him, Alan Menken. Fantastic, fantastic composer. Love him dearly. And in 2016, think about something that we hashtag love dearly, hashtag real men love Frozen. Frozen, a musical spectacular, debuted on the Disney Wonder, the first Frozen show at sea on a Disney cruise. We've seen it many times on our sailings, and we love the Frozen show on the Disney Wonder, as we love all the Frozen shows wherever they have been throughout the Walt Disney Company. Very, 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 very fun. Can't wait to check it out again at some other point. This was interesting also on this day in general history, but sort of a little tie into Disney in some ways. In 1969, Sesame Street debuted on PBS, of course. The great Jim Henson show that changed television in so many great, wonderful ways, and still continues to be fantastic to this day, and still has that concepts behind it from way back in 1969, and they continue on today, teaching children, teaching kindness. It is such a wonderful, wonderful, amazing show. And it all started on this day in 1969, thanks to Jim Henson and all his troupe of amazing puppeteers and amazing concept people that have made and created this amazing, amazing show. So fantastic. What a great day. Hey, if it's your birthday today, it is November 10th, 2024. A very happy birthday to you. Here's just a few of the people you celebrate birthdays with. How about talking about Disney composers? We talked about Alan Menken. Well, how about a Disney lyricist, Tim Rice, who, of course, along with Elton John, did a lot of the work on The Lion King, or the work on the musical score, the music behind The Lion King. He turns 80 today, born on this day in 1944. He's also worked on other great things. He's an EGOT winner, by the way. Worked on Evita, worked on Jesus Christ Superstar. Just an amazing, amazing lyricist. Michelle and myself, we love Downton Abbey. So Hugh Bonneville, his birthday today. He turned 61 today, born on this day in 1963. Love Downton Abbey. He's also part of the Paddington films. So many great, great things that Hugh Bonneville has done. Happy birthday to him. And another from ABC, Ellen Pompeo, of course, from Grey's Anatomy, and many of the things that she's done. She turns 55 today, born on this day in 1969. So a very happy birthday to them, and a very happy birthday to you as well. So going to wrap things up here, but we do have a new Hyperion Adventures podcast episode coming out in a few hours today. We're going to record it in a couple hours, and we'll release it shortly after that. We finally have nailed down a concept of what we're going to be talking about, what our topic is going to be this week. And it's all going to be about Disney resorts. We're going to be kind of doing something similar to what we did last week in some regards, in that we are going to kind of pick some things, some subjects out of a hat. And basically, Michelle and myself are going to go through what our favorite resort is that ties into that subject. Like, what is our favorite resort for, I don't know, getting to the parks? What is our favorite resort for, rooms, for getting breakfast, for having a cocktail, whatever. We are going to be discussing those. And I think we'll be, our magic Disney hats, we'll be drawing those out and just kind of going through our favorites, not necessarily what is the best, but what are our personal favorites. And we'll see if you kind of agree with us. You can play along, and tell us what your personal favorites are. By the way, speaking of last week's episode, we do still have some polls running, so you can pick who you felt won our scenarios. If you don't remember from last week's episode, our Disney Sidekick Showdown, Michelle and I picked teams out of a hat randomly, teams of 5 out of a hat, and then we could only use them once, as we picked other scenarios out of a hat to put those characters in. And we want to know who you felt kind of, as we put our portions of our teams in against one another, who won each. I think Michelle's going to win. I have to say, I said it at the end of last week's or during last week's episode, and I still think that that's going to be the case. But make your votes be heard. We have polls running. If you go to our Instagram stories right now, we have a poll running there. On our Facebook group, the Hyperion Adventurers Facebook group, there's a poll running there. And you can find us on Twitter at Hyperion Podcast as well. Twitter, there's a poll there. Find that thread, vote on any of those. And then I will be compiling all three, putting them together, and I'll give the results on this week's episode as well, so you know how much Michelle beat me by, because that's what's going to happen. But we will figure that all out, and we'll announce it, and we'll tell you all about it on this week's show. But yeah, Disney resorts. Who doesn't love Disney resorts? We'll be talking about it all on today's episode. All right, wrapping things up. Everybody have a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy it. Enjoy your time. Whatever you may do today, parks, relaxing, work around the house, hanging out, watching football, doesn't matter. Just have a magical, wonderful, fantastic Sunday. Be kind to everybody today. Be kind to everybody every day, and have a wonderful, fantastic, magical day. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. to get your Monday started the right way, but we don't want to talk about Monday now. Let's keep it on Sunday. Have a magical day, everybody. Bye.